So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL, and we are back then with GT7 action here, season 19, very much in the business end. We are at the penultimate week of the season already. The season is going by quicker than some of the on-track action, and it is the final double sprint race header from the Kent Circuit Brands Hatch then, so 2 races ahead for this evening. And yeah, good evening Chubs. So we have almost closed the season to 19 then. Last week, of course, we were at Monza, it's the Cathedral of Speed. Can't wait for race 2. Well, there's something to look out for there then. And there were victories, a debut victory in FTRL's GT1 for Graham, and the inevitable T. Smith victory in race 2 last week. So will we see any different winners this time out then at the Kent circuit? We're at the Brands Hatch GP circuit, and so using the full circuit. And yeah, let's get this underway. Good evening, Wilhelm. So first and foremost, then let's get the points standing up. Then have a quick. Well, I'll get the points standing up. Mikey's finally done them, and we can have a look then at how the standings were coming into this week. And let's just find where he's hidden these. They are particularly slow at forthcoming, Mikey. So yeah, if you could. Make these a bit quicker, that'd be grand, thank you. To Discord, they're not there. Right, standings. So after week 6 then, point standings then are as follows. Top of the pile with a tedious inevitability is with T. Smith then. He came into this week on 174 points. Second then, a very tight battle going on for second in the championship coming into this week then. It was, so my phone has a moment. A point between second place Pagani and third place Aaron then on 156 and 155 points respectively then. Fourth in the championship, the as aforementioned Captain Chubbs having an absolutely outstanding season there for him. He's on 145. In fifth place we find FTRL Panda then also having a great season. Will on 129 coming into this week in P5. P6 is SBY. He came into this week on 126 points, so 3 in arrears of Panda. P7 is Kuska, having missed last couple of weeks then, still riding high on 113. P8 then Graham, after his victory at Monza last time out, then jumping up the order. He's on 112. In P9 we find Ross, he is on 109 points coming to this week. In P10 is Blue Flag, on 88 points, 83 points, and P11 is myself, then having an absolutely shocking season, unfortunately, by my standards, having finished P3 last year, or last season, rather. P12, we find Just Mikey. He comes into this one then on 62. And we've got Peakman P13 on 61 points. Jonesy P14 in the standings on 48. And then Steph P15 on 44. And P16 is Cats on 33. So that's how everything stood coming into this week's races. Well, I thought we'd actually better do it on time this week rather than do the double like we have been doing this week. So there we go then. Right then, so qualifying looked a little bit like this. So we'll get the replay running. Quickly dive on to who is starting where then. So pole position then is SPY in that Genesis X G70 then. His first pole position of the season then. Of course, he'll be in his VR again, so a very interesting experience for him this week, no doubt. P2 then, excellent qualifying from FTRL Panda in the M6 BMW. Great qualifying from more than I think he took his first ever FTRL GT Sport victory around here, so got a good form here, and the BMW working well as well. Pops himself on to P2. Myself then P3 in the Mercedes AMG. Yeah, best qualifying of the season from me as well. So I actually managed to hook up some 1-lap pace. This one, of course, in the Mercedes. Now, I was saving the Mercedes for Le Mans. However, the update that came out this week has properly nerfed pretty much everything in the GR3 category, actually. But the Mercedes especially so, because now it is not only a pony in the straight line, also got bags of understeer. So a very different prospect then. So pulled that forward into this week then. I wasn't alone, because Mr. T. Smith, who was also looking to run the Mercedes in the still don't know how well. There we go then. T. Smith also then running his Mercedes this week, and he starts P4 then. So the two MGs on the second row. In P5 we find Kuska, and this week he is in that Subaru BRZ. P6 then we find Ross in the Alfa Romeo 4C. P7 is Captain Chubbs. He is also in the Subaru this week, in a very nice Martini livery there. Pagani then starting down in P8 then. Out of sorts there for Pagani a little bit. So I expect him to be in the top 3 or 4, but only P8 then for him this week. He's also there in the Subaru BRZ. P9 we find Mikey in the Alfa Romeo 4C. Solid qualifying there from Mikey. P10 then we find Jonesy in the Hyundai Genesis, also sporting a Martini livery there alongside his team. And down in P11 we find Aaron then in the Hyundai. Now Aaron of course was down south this week visiting family, so he was on a screen quite far away with a lot of background noise. Those were his excuses. Anyway, I think the fact that he was down south was probably detrimental to his performance because, dirty southern air surrounded by dirty southerners. So only a P11 then for the man who used to work at this circuit, no less. Blue flag, P12 also in that Subaru. And bringing up the race, P13 was Katz in the Suzuki. Now, I don't think Katz probably understood what the Suzuki strengths are, because if he did, he definitely would not have used that car this week. This is definitely a straight line car. And with Le Mans coming up next week, you thought he would have saved it for that one, but he decided to roll the dice. And he starts P13 then. So, back to the pointy end. Let's get this race underway then. 22 laps ahead of us then. Away along the straight. And away we go then for the first time. Then leading us over the crescent into Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. Closing a row back and forth for third. Then just touching the gravel. Cars are understeering heavily now. Thought they were a little bit wide. But what about the helmets? Not close enough. Changes the back. All neat and tidy then. Oh, bit of going on there between Jonesy, blue flag. Jonesy losing the place. Aaron Owen cuts around the outside. Blue flag sending it back up the inside though there into Graham Hill Bend. He claims P12. Making their way through. Cleans starting to charge up the hill for the first time and down towards Hawthorne then. It's SBY who leads from Panda, from myself, from T. Smith, Kuska. The cars are very much still in a big FTRL train. Up then towards Sheen. Very easy to run wide there. Anybody make a mistake on lap 1? Yes, it is. Oh, Captain Chubbs went a little bit wide. Pagani then getting alongside and round the outside into Sterling. Pagani then up to P7 in the back one there. Oh, I think it's twitchy there. He's ahead of Mike and Jonesy with the penalty on lap 1. And seems to just about survive lap 1 then as we come across the line. Start lap 2, it's still SBY leading. Front 4, 5. A little bit of a break then. Cross to work on Kuska. A bit of a gap back to Pagani in P7. Of course, with all the new handling physics, nobody really knew what the tyre will. They're getting a little bit of a slide on. Heads down then towards Graham Hill Bend again. Gathers it up nicely. Oh, Kuska in the background. Off goes Kuska, losing the back there into Graham Hill Bend. And he's all the way down to P10. Mistake there from the Subaru. Oh, there's another big amount there. He gets on the grass as he comes out of Surtees. He just about catches that one though. And he's got blue flag all over the back of him. Oh, might be down a twitch through. Hawthorne's at the fastest corner on the circuit. He seems to have gathered it up again now though. We're all there as we join the front 4 again, getting on that exit curve of Sterling's. And SBY then just starting to extend a little bit of advantage. Nice of Sean to bother to put a livery on this week, Sean. Just a little bit of effort. Start then of the race from SBY, then a 23.5, although Pagani lowers it to a 23.3. they're saying that Subaru's the worst car he's ever driven. That's a bold claim. He's driven a lot of cars in this game. Sure, no. Big twitch there as he comes out of Druids. For a little bit of a gap back to Ross. Trying to bridge that gap as well. In a bit of a lonely set. Aaron's made his way up to P8. And then the recovering Kuska. Looked like they're having a snap then as well, so that Subaru getting very twitchy there out of Graham or Ben we saw last time, and Mikey trying to go all the way around the outside. Up to the edge there, dangerously close to the grass, Mikey, but gets away with it this time. You all know they have a great run. And straight then towards Hawthorn then, again looks like defending the inside. Mikey then trying to go all the way around the outside of Hawthorn. Nice respectful given there. Looks like then able to shut the door very firmly in his face. Vision and Jonesy P12, Pat's in that Subaru. Suzuki. So back up then with the leaders. SBY now just starting to open up a little bit of a gap. Bend for the fourth time then. Continued on P2. And T-Smith just tucked in behind. Let's head down out of Druids end towards Graham Bend. While kicking up some dirt and Will as well caught the dirt. Big slide from the BMW there. This was my moment down the inside then. As we come up to 30s. Taking P2 away. For another big slide from that BMW. Still a little bit twitchy at the back there. Despite the update. I did give was SBY a very, very comfortable advantage. About 1.5, nearly 2 seconds at this point, maybe a little bit more at this stage actually. The one thing I was struggling there was definitely the understeer through that corner there. And just kind of rolling through, as T. Smith often says. Keep the speed up there. Right train going on here with Ross, very much in this battle now, and Pagani on the back of it as well, lights ablaze. Further back then Chubbs in a bit of a lonely P7 at the moment. In P8, Kuska having regrouped, and now set about trying to close down. Not a particularly bad lap, 25.7. 23.7, so 2 seconds he lost to Kuska on that lap there in the background. What was that? That's Katz going around at the final corner. Almost backing into the pit lane then. Suzuki catching him out then. Beanbag goes through Jonesy up to 11 then, so Mikey's had a drama somewhere. Meanwhile, T. Smith getting up the inside of Panda. Let's go and look at what happened there then. Come then through Graham Hill Bend. Oh, again, that BMW just had a bit of a snap there as he gets on the curb, and that's enough to let the Mercedes up the inside. T. Smith does not need a second invitation. We're trying to fight back around the outside. No holding him off, fortunately. Through then goes T. Smith up into P3. And now Ross on the attack now as well then as they come into Hawthorn. Not able to, will manage to shut the door then, hanging on to P4. Drop down through Dingle Dell. Back with the leader then. Sean Hutton sets his personal best. You see, look, 2 lap times. Lap 2 is a 23.548. That was a 23.547. So Sean being very consistent at this stage. Improves to a 23.3. However, behind him, Mercedes and myself, 23.1. So, a couple of tenths out of him that lap. So off in pursuit then T. Smith now in third. Will still holding off Ross for 4th and 5th. P6. And starting to close in a little bit as well. So we had a lonely start to the race. Starting to get a little bit of company. Aaron now in P8. Kuska too far behind in the company. Then we've got Jonesy P10. Beanbag P11. Blue flag down to P12. So 37.0 on that lap. So Sai had some dramas somewhere. Cats, meanwhile, is building sandcastles once again at the final corner. Suzuki very good in the straight line and not so good through the corners. Not really the circuit for it, unfortunately. Back up then with the race leader. Comfortable gap at the moment then for Sean. Big switch now coming out. Sheen on then for a personal best, 10th up. While Panda's picked himself up a half-second penalty, he will not serve it on this lap. And then start lap 7 there. Personal best there for more 23.5. So pace at the front there, mid to low 23s. And look up the leaders and 23.4 from Sean that lap, 23.5. So 10th E giving back that time around. I think T. Smith very much in my mirrors. The 23.2 on that lap then. 3/10 out of me. Sweet. Through Surtees onto the back straight then. For his life to catch up this pack then. And he is still continuing to close. 23.6 that last lap for Garni, 23.8, so a couple of tenths closer. Custer running together, Jonesy, Beanbag, Blue Flag and a bit of no man's land. Cats having a hard time of it, unfortunately. Suzuki very wide there through Paddock, out of the gravel then, back with the leader. A very comfortable gap at this stage then, to about 1/3 race distance. The line then 23.5 from the race leader, 23.4 from myself, 23.3 from T. Smith then, so just a 1/10 of a second between first and second, second and third. Ross meanwhile has passed Panda, Ross who has just served his penalty, so up to 4th then for Ross and Pagani now very much there. Schultz meanwhile back a little bit that time, 25.1, so losing a little bit of time that time. Still circle together, lonely P10, Beanbag in a lonely P11, P12 and lonely P13 as well. Fastest as they came through split number 3, driven through Hawthorns. Mercedes in second and third, dropping through Dingle Dell, starting now to pull away then, so that pack has now just started to spread out a little bit. Troubled SVY at this stage. Threesome then going on meanwhile, which was about where he was before. With a massive slide as he catches the grass on the inside, but now very much looking at the back of Ross's Alfa Romeo then as they head up over the crest towards Panico Bend to start lap 9. A little bit wide there from Will, however. He's out of the gravel though, gives Ross a bit of respite and gives Pagani an opportunity to close around the back, and Will goes very, very deep into Druids. Pagani down the inside, although will have the momentum off the corner from the wider line. He'll have the inside for Graham will bend as well. Pagani not able to find a way through there. Don't know if that was just an interesting line that Will was taking, he did it quite a lot over the race when I was behind him. Or it was just the inability of that big boy BMW to get stopped for Druids. And Aaron now very much in a battle over P8. Flags are recovering from a drama, unfortunately. Just spreading out a little bit last time around then. 23.3 for the race leader, 23.4 for myself, 23.4. This was just 2,000 a second between my lap and Tom's lap. Again, very even at this stage then, which meant that the gap was just kind of holding, nothing was really changing. Just touching the gravel then, the outside of the final corner, Clark curve. playing a very risky game on the outside there, but doing well up in P4. that could be the point that they're silent for a walk, yes. And Pagani then chucks them with a penalty, half second. P7, not going to help his quest to get back on terms. And Kuska moves the tail, still in the battle for P8. Cats then going a lap down on lap 9 then, so that's Suzuki really not the car to have this week. Getting the Magnus back on again in the battle for P2. That's very much out of the way. Continues to lead then, coming around to complete lap 10 of 22. The halfway lap. Time this time around then with a 23.2 with another 23.2 from Sean. Distance lap times there, 23.8 for myself there, so Sean pulling away, 23.2 from T. Smith as well, so he's starting to close in once again. For P2 was hanging on then to P4. Fastest of all by 2/10 then. Right up to the edge of the runoff there on the exit of Graham Bend. Meanwhile, Panda and Pagani just started splitting up a little bit now, so we'll put a bit of time into Pagani. 2.4 that time around for Pagani, while Will doing a personal best 23.5. Back into a lonely P7 then. Kuska still nose to tail in the battle for P8. Aaron then seeming able to hold Kuska at arm's length. Beanbag closing in on him again. So 25.7 last time round for Jonesy. 23.7. Beanbag looks like caught 2 seconds. Of course, he's about to drop half a second worth of penalty. Cats again getting out of the way. Now we've very much got a battle on for P2. T. Smith then right in the wheel tracks then. Cover the inside, send him to the outside for Paddock Hill Bend, park on the apex. Get the run down the hill, try to. Smith thinks about to move to the inside then. Hook the inside. Not let him pass, big wiggle there as he tries to get the power down. And that Mercedes has become very twitchy now at the rear end there, especially out of the low speed corners. I was finding in practice. Ross there running up in the dirt in the background there. That's going to let Will. Oh, that was a big drama there from Ross. He's in the wall. So losing a couple of places there. Panda and Pagani are through. What has happened to Captain Chubbs? Meanwhile, Chubbs has dropped down to P9. Kuska and Aaron have got through. As Kuska has a big twitch then as he gets out of Surtees. Very much now on for P2 then on lap 12 into the second half of this race now. Tyre wear it's in worth on T. Smith's car now. Yeah, my tyre wear is actually better than Tom's, which is something. He did the same thing as Ross, so deja vu accident then. So Mercedes come across the strike. Start for lap 13. Lap times this time around 23.5 again from SBY, 23.5 from myself, 23.7 from T. Smith. Now starting to look for ways to make an attack. Pretty similar lines there. On the inside there on the hill, compromise my run slightly. But then very much under that rear wing now. I get a slipstream then down towards Hawthorne. Cheeks to the inside. But not enough momentum to get down the inside then. Always of course playing into SBY's hands at this stage. tyre screeching. The understeer of that Mercedes now is absolutely brilliant. It was a car that had a very good front end on it previously, but it was a good all-round car, probably the most drivable Group 3 car, or the most planted of all the Group 3 cars. Now, very much not. Washing out horrendously at the front and just a little bit leery at the back. Across the line then. Race leader 23.2. Goes up there from Sean, 23.8 there from myself, 23.8 from T Smith as well. Into the gravel, down the inside comes T Smith then. So mistake made from me there, just running a little bit hot there into Paddock. Ben just clipped the gravel. And T Smith again then, not needing that second invitation. Through he goes. And then out. 2 seconds back. Comfortable in 4th, Pagani in 5th. Ross covering to P6th and Aaron 7th. Chubbs is 8th. Let's have the Cusker, he's down to 9th. 28.4. He's had a drama somewhere. Jonesy now lapping solidly in the 24s as well. So consistency down. Beanbag, big gap back now to Beanbag. So Beanbag there 44.3. Last time around, big drama for him. He was like back from his walk, and unfortunately we have lost Cats by this stage. Chubbs and Aaron together. So T Smith as well. Now with a bit of clean air, what can T Smith do about the gap to Sean, which is up at about 3 to 4 seconds at this stage, I think. Maybe even more. Count then if we come across the line. Maybe 4 or 5 seconds at this point then, so Sean Bigley then 23.3 again from the race leader, 23.4 from T Smith, 25.2. There from myself. Having lost P2. And then a solid P4. Pagani still in touch though, so can't afford any big mistakes. But well, driving really well in P4. Comes Graham Hill Ben once again. Ross there, having had that moment a couple of laps ago. Pagani now has a big twitch. Oh, again. We saw him last week at Monza picking up so many saves in that Corvette, and he's doing it again in that Subaru there. I've never seen a man be so sideways so often and still be so fast. Dropping down the hill, that has now brought Ross into his slipstream again though. Romeo is very quick in a straight line, still quite good through the corners as well. Pagani about to resume battle then, as Pagani has a big twitch again as he tries to get the power down there, drifting that Subaru through Dingledell, across the curb at Sheen. A little bit more committed, closing in. Inside there, kicking up the dirt. And on behind then, Aaron P7, still got Chubbs in hot pursuit. Drift there from the back of the Hyundai. The Subaru closed back in. Cusker's there in the background. Oh, he's having a drama, and around he goes. A perfect 360 there from Cusker as he gets on the grass on the exit of Stirling. In there, just dropping out. Jonesy back in. I remember Jonesy saying in the chat he was hoping that Cusker would have another opportunity. Trying to say there, he did let Ross go. He has indeed. So Ross through up into P5 again. Smith meanwhile now starting to ease away then. So times for the leading 3, 23.7 that time from SB White, 23.6 from T Smith, then just a 10th back. 23.9 for myself, so starting to drop away a little bit now, but with a healthy gap back. Front tyre situation, that Genesis there looking after that front left tyre quite well. Of course, this being a clockwise circuit means that the left side tyres are the ones that are doing most of the work. And the right-handers. You see the difference there in the tyre wear between the Genesis, which is maybe a 5th, and the Mercedes is probably at a 1/4. Not slightly more at this stage. And we're now clear in P4. Pick up that one to Ross then, who's now cleared Pagani, who has decided that not his fight. And we'll see what pieces he can pick up then, trying to follow Ross. And Sean saying the tyres maybe not feeling well looked after at the end there. Well, still got 6 laps to go. Aaron Chubbs, meanwhile, very much battle on. Chubbs then now looking for a way back past Aaron. Around Druids. Now. I have a drama at some point in the too distant future. Kuska then in a bit of a lonely night after that spin. Drops him off that battle from Chubbs and Aaron. Jonesy in the background there lurking, hoping to get involved. Blue Flag now back in control of his car. P11 and Beanbag, whose races unfortunately unravelled on number 37. This time around, so some more dramas for him. And in the background, the race leader, not too far away then. Coming around to complete lap 17. He's 5 to go. 24.3 that time around. 24.8 then from T. Smith. So quite the time starting to drop away. The dirt then at 24.3 from myself then, so closing back in a little bit. Still big gaps. Very, very wide there, coming through Surtees. Not this lap. It's quite late in the race, I'm going to have to do a bit of defending at the end of the race. But, the front tyre were about the same on both Mercedes. My left rear is a little bit better than Tom's. Really good job in P4. Closing a little bit though, dropping Pagani ever so slightly. Probably because he's put his lights on in the middle of the day. Definitely slows down. And just putting a little bit of time into Chubbs at this stage as well. So Chubbs is still lurking. Also lights ablaze. That's probably why you didn't catch him. Chubbs got lights on. And they're sporting the Bristol Street Motors livery of the BTC team. Oh, big slide there from Aaron out of Sterling. That's going to bring Chubbs back into the equation then. Get into this curve. So on we go then. Just the lap. It is. No, it's not. Just a little bit deep there. Just put a lap on Blue Flag then. Lap times at the front then 24.0 for Sean. That time 23.7 for T. Smith. So a couple of tenths back in this lap. 4.7 for myself there, so just starting to drop away unfortunately at this stage. Not able to live with the pace of the front two. In P4, half-second penalty. So he's now going to drop back towards the clutches of Ross. He's right to the edge of the curbing there. Across the curbing there, Sheen as well. Needs to get that big boy Beamer barge around the corners. The penalty then about to be taken off. And here comes the Alfa Romeo. You can see, look at the tyre wear difference there between the BMW, which is really hurting its front left tyre, the Alfa Romeo, which is again probably at least half as much wear on that front left, but obviously a bit more intensive wear on the rear. Garning out in a very lonely P6. In fact, we've got Aaron and Chubbs maybe even closer behind him. He's been continuing to battle. Now, this is the lap. Smith around there, okay. Here we go then. Yep. Oh dear. Just got my braking all wrong. Straight on there. Gathers it up just in time to stay in front of Panda. Just a momentary lapse in concentration. A little bit too late on the brakes for the tyre wear. The tyre life at this stage of the race. And I said that was leaning on the front right, so it really shouldn't have been so bad. But there we go then. Half spin, and now all sorts of pressure from behind. Will they have a big twitch there coming out of the corner again off the curb? Now he's got a very big target right in front of him, something to aim for. now pressure's all on me. Of course, I was worried about dirty tyres, so I'm going to take it easy for a couple of corners while those get cleaned up again. Up front, meanwhile, SBY across the line. 25.1, T. Smith. 23.9 now, starting to take a lot of time out of Sean. So the gap at the front is coming down and down. We've got now a big battle for the final step of the podium as well. Further back, Chubb's still on the back of Aaron as well. It's battle for P3. So the penultimate lap then. Drew as we go. Again, Will there running a little bit deep into Drew as they're showing the inside. Ross lucky up the inside there, but the BMW swoops around the outside. The momentum down the hill. Yellow flag. Off the circuit, I believe, was Beanbag somewhere. There he is. We're having a drama out of Graham Hill Bend. No such dramas this time as we head through Surtees up the hill. Good X out of there, but that BMW very quick in a straight line still. Into Hawthorns. And then Will curb. I believe. So some more drama to come in this one then as we close back in on blue flag. And the Sterlings. Flashing the lights there from the BMW. And while up front, that gap is coming down and down and down. 24.1 that time from Sean. 24.0. So only a tenth in it. Onto the final lap now. The pressure starting to build. To Paddock Hill Bend again, goes his battle for P3. Himself in third, Will fourth, Ross S attacking hard in P5. He's still trying. Drew it again, the BMW this time gets tight. Gap up the inside. I found very much as Will there, sliding the rear of the BMW out of Graham Hill Bend. There's a chance here for Ross. Takes a bad look at the inside there into Surtees, but no way through them. Up front, Sean has just about managed to hold that gap then. Looks like getting out of the way then on the brakes as we enter Hawthorns for the final time. A bit wide there for me. Oh, we'll go straight on into the gravel. Oh, Beanbag absolutely nails him. Ross is waiting up there because obviously I think there was contact. Let's have a look what happened there. Go on board with Ross then, it was the contact. Oh, there was, yeah, big thump there. I didn't remember seeing that in my mirror. So that's P3 over and somewhere further back. And then it's the blue flag out of the way up ahead. Puff of smoke, there goes well into the gravel. As he rejoins. Spear! Spear! He absolutely eats him. But no such dramas then for our leader. Out of the final corner, SBY then takes victory in race 1 at Brands Hatch. From T. Smith, he did send to the shadow realm and a half then. P3 for myself. Just couldn't hold the pace up front. A couple of mistakes creeping in there. Ross then coming through for fourth, having waited up for Will. Unfortunately, the additional yeet definitely costing. Pagani then will come through to P5. Meanwhile, the battle for P6. Chubbs right at the back of Aaron as they come to the line. Aaron will hold on P6. Chubbs gets P7. Panda crosses the line at P8 there. I think he'll be disappointed after what happened there, but the big shame that they crosses the line P9 and Jonesy last one on the lead lap P10 with blue flag and Beanbag already finished. So, race 1 done. Let's go and review a race 2 then. So race 2 of course featuring a reverse grid of the result of race 1. I'll run down that quickly. In a second, let's get the detail up. Alright then, so reverse grid means that Beanbag is on pole position in this one. So Mikey starting on pole, blue flag second. Jonesy starting third, Kuska is fourth, Panda starting 5th then, so can he at least salvage a better result in race 2 from a solid starting place once again. Chubb starting P6, Aaron starts P7, Pagani is P8, Ross P9, myself in P10, T Smith P11, and Sean, winner of race 1, starts at the back from race 2, he is P12. Now, the reverse grid races usually provide plenty of drama then as the quick guys try to come through. This is a very narrow circuit though, so overtaking at a bit of a premium here. Is that going to make that better or worse? Let's see then. Charge then up towards Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. Beanberg leading us through there. Chubb's preferring to hide in a corner. Jonesy then on the attack of Blue Flag immediately up the hill then. Of course, getting past Blue Flag is no easy feat. As we all know then, further back then, what's going on here? Just going to try to get on the outside of me. Yeet onto the grass. Firmly shut the door in his face. Aaron juking it out. Under threat from Cusker. Head down towards Hawthorne. So they've got a run on Blue Flag as Chubbs and Aaron resume battle into Hawthorne. Aaron down the inside. And through he goes on Chubbs. Good move. Oh, Cusker having a massive twitch again there. And Aaron doesn't need a second invitation. Through he goes. So Aaron up to 5th. Good start for him on this opening lap. While up front and untroubled by any pressure from behind, but Mikey into the gravel, they exit the final corner and around goes the Alfa Romeo and out of the lead on big shape of Mikey there. Got all the way around lap 1 in the lead and then drops it at the final corner and spins his way to the back, unfortunately, which then meant everybody's now bottled up behind Blue Flag, which is exactly how he likes it. Your train commences then. Oh, in the background there, that's Ross and Pagani. Contact. And with Ross held up, down the inside, there we go. New T Smith right on my arse. And Sean there as well. Any opportunity would need to be taken. And that one very quickly snatched at. Blue Flag still leads, then Josie tucks up right behind him. Panda in 3rd now, Aaron's 4th, and Cusker, Chubbs, Pagani, myself, Ross, Tom, Sean. Blue Flag down, what was that? Tyre screen. It was Captain Chubbs. What happened there? Let's have a look then around Hawthorne. What happens here then? Curve, after it's curve on the inside, the back end steps away into the wall, and around goes Chubbs, unfortunately. And Chubbs' race also, oh dear me, almost reverses into Mikey as he rejoins. Just about got away with it. I believe that continues to lead then as they come round to the end of lap 2. James is still 2nd, Panda in 3rd. Aaron and Pagani, Aaron and Cusker 4th and 5th. Spread out then as they come to start lap 3. That's the leads. Still 2nd. Move there, and Cusker now looking at a move on Aaron up the inside into Druids. Getting alongside. Oh, and Aaron has a big twitch there, and off goes Aaron. Oh! Mistake there from Aaron there, so did he just catch the just on the outside there? Let's just see what happened. Here. No, he just drops it on the curb there. He should have been able to get the traction down there. Maybe it's a little bit too much throttle. Playing that dirty stuff in there, but down to P10 he goes. Beanbag and Chubbs behind him still. Will meanwhile now attacking for P2. Up the inside of Jonesy. He managed to hold off there around the outside of Surtees. Signalling the 10th there from the BMW man. Eager to get on with it. Hawthorne we go. Dirt on the inside there. James using all that curve on the outside there. Further back for Sean, got ahead of T Smith somewhere and all that. There we go then, blue flag still leading then, Jones is still in hot pursuit, then the front four getting closer and closer, Pagani not far away either. That first, we've got 7 cars then pretty much in a line now. A little bit of time to make up there, but Smith had a drama somewhere. So on we go then. Defending the inside with that tedious inevitability. Truist then as Will giving all. Bit of a concertina there, well into the back of Jonesy, Cusker into the back of Will. Everybody survived. Well, now joining this train to make it 8-4 lead with T. Smith closing back in as well. Subaru continues to lead them to lap 4. Tyres there as the car's scrabbling for grip. Will looking to the inside there for P2, but not able to find a way through. Jonesy shutting the door in his face. A bit of a twitch there from the BMW as they head down through Dingle Dell. Not able to get a run. Very much 8-4 the lead again. And we're going to twitch in the background. Chubb's on the grass. Very much on the grass. Ooh, he's gathered up. Okay. What's happened here? Now, here's some drama. Cusker down the inside hard. Contact with Pagani. Contact with Will. Oh, into the gravel goes Will and Pagani. T. Smith takes avoiding action. Aaron goes through as well. Just thinking to myself, how did I get through there? Let's have a look at that on board from Pagani. Out of nowhere, just gets lent on. You can't see it there on the camera, unfortunately. Cusker into the gravel as well, and instant retire or instant disconnect from him. At least from my POV, then Cusker standing inside just a little bit hot. Can't get it stopped. Ross, meanwhile, that's all held up. Ross down the inside. Sean, meanwhile, a huge send into Druids then. Oh, contact Sean comes across the nose. Gathers it up nice and quickly then. Doesn't lose too many places. It's critical to how this race will finish off. Sean, they're going around the nose of Ross. But what happened there again, shall we? Sean, a massive lunge up the inside of the Druids. There goes hot and wide. Ross on the inside, then Sean trying to come back across as contact. Perfect 360. Will and Aaron get held up there, not able to find a way through. Will goes wide as a result. Aaron getting through. Pagani now closing back in as well then. So drama. Ross up to 3rd then. Well, that gave blue flag and Jonesy a huge lead then out the front. And Jonesy getting the drive out of Surtees takes the lead on the run out of Hawthorne. Using that Hyundai straight line speed advantage then into the lead goes Jonesy. Blue flag then. Down to 2nd and immediately looking in his mirrors for who he's going to have to defend from next. Jonesy is now, as Aaron says, invisible to him. He's no longer there. Driving in his mirrors immediately with like a 3-second gap. Ross then is wide. Side by side, and Ross into the final corner. T. Smith trying to find a way through as well. The inside, but Ross wanting to use the Alfa Romeo's superior straight line speed despite the better torque of the Mercedes. That moving to Panico Bend, no way through. Sean, despite that spin there, still in the background there, so very much still in this battle then. What currently is the final step of the podium. Aaron, ooh, drifting out Druids again there, that's Hyundai getting a little bit leery. And Pagani then, having had their dramas last time around. Down to 8th and 9th then. Jonesy now starting to stretch away. A couple of seconds of a blue flag already. Meanwhile, T. Smith looks at the inside into Hawthorne, but no way through. Have the momentum to get that move done. In front 3. the last race in reverse order, now 4th, 5th and 6th. Lap 6 of this one. On the grass, just about manages to get it stopped and turned. Engine has just slipped back a little bit towards blue flag. So just spreading out a little bit again. We've got the 3, so we've got 2 up front for the lead. Jonesy and blue flag circulating fairly close together. A bit of a gap back to this 4 of Ross, myself, T Smith and SBY, and a little gap back into Aaron, Pando and Pagani. So 2, a 4 and a 3. Further back we've got Chubbs and Beanbag together. Let's disconnect then, so everybody's got somebody to battle at this stage of the race. The battle for the wooden spoon is very much on. So a little bit wide there through Surtees. T Smith getting a really good run once again. Ross working together, trying to get the slipstream. Side by side and down towards Hawthorne. T Smith getting ahead. Side by side. Just leaving room onto the curb. Banging of panels. Over the curb to the inside, but T Smith getting the move done. However, you can see the blue flag has dropped back a little bit here. Something's happening shortly. T Smith on the curb, huge twitch. Saves it. But I haven't got that move done on me. Straight back through again and gives that position back. Not intentionally. Excellent cock control there to save that, because that would have been a definitely brown trouser moment for him, having done all the hard work. And now Sean goes for an almighty lunge again into Panicle Bend. T Smith sees it coming. He's back up the inside of me again. Squeezed onto the grass though. I'm going to go side by side through Druids. Down the hill. We'll have the inside though for Grey Mill Bend. Park it on the apex, get a little bit of nudge from my troubles. Along the way there in the background you can see Aaron, Will and Pagani all getting together as well. So those 3 have closed up again, so a little bit fanning out then. So Jonesy now has a bit of a comfortable lead at this stage on lap 8 of 22. Blue flag has got Ross for company, defending for his life already. Ross now going to the outside then through Hawthorne, no way through. Switches to the inside, blue flag immediately cuts across to cover the inside again. Then trying to find anywhere to find a way through. No such luck though. Oh, Ross there runs wide. What happened there? Through I go T Smith, trying to go around the outside as well. What happened there? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, just a blue flag there, maybe a little bit early on the brakes, caught Ross out. He does very well to stay on the track. Hamager's second position. Down to 4th he go. Sorry, third place. Let me through, and now it's my turn to try and attack blue flag and find a way through. All the while, meanwhile, Jonesy clearing off into the lead. 23.7 there from Jonesy, his personal fastest lap. SBY then on the attack of T Smith, meanwhile for 5th. He's trying to defend. Sweeps wide, then trying to get the run down the hill towards Druids, and Pagani, Aaron and Will closing in as well in the background. So this pack again coming back together then, second down to 9th place. As the battle for the wooden spoon going, it's working out very comfortably in favour of Beanbag at this stage. He is now well off the back of the pack, unfortunately. Battle then for P2 is where it is at. This is where the train is. And your engine once again is blue flag defending hard then on the run down to Hawthorne. Around the outside I go. To hold the inside there. Thought about switching back. Blue flag covers it nicely. Then having had that drama, close back in again. T Smith there as well. Sean, Aaron, Panda and Pagani. Very much in there as well, then out of Sterling we go, and T Smith then with a penalty for track limits violation. Mercedes man currently P5. See how close this pack are. This is going to lose at least 1, maybe even 2, 3, 4 places here. See how this develops. There we go. On to lap 10 now. Having another look at the inside. T. Smith there. Him about to serve his penalty. Really need to worry about it at this stage. Get that place in about half a lap's time there. Got the twitch, he gets to get on the curbs. And it's the Graham Hill bend. So they're sliding the back of that Mercedes there. So he gets the power down, gets a good run on his teammate. Like defending hard again to the outside again we go. Battle for P2, again looking for that switchback. Again blue flag sides across in front to cover the inside. Oh, but there we go, side catches the curb on the outside as we saw Chubbs do early on. And through I go, through goes Ross. T. Smith got to go around the outside as well. Ross and T. Smith right on the grass. Aaron sideways, Will sideways in the background as well. Oh, Sean down the inside of blue flag as well. Oh, and blue flags get shifted onto the grass. T. Smith takes his penalty, through goes SPY. Aaron's going to try and go on the outside, but no, go down the inside as T. Smith goes in hot. And Will not able to find a way through, but he looks up the inside into Paddock Hill Bend. T. Smith trying to look at the way back past Aaron, but no way through. Button has just spread us out a little bit then, and blue flag very definitely lost out there, big time. Goes from second all the way down to ninth with a couple of corners. Oh, and Chubbs has had a drama. Teammate's still a mile away, so it's fine. Jonesy then continuing to lead as we are now at halfway point in this one. Second, Ross in third. Bit of a gap back then to SPY. T. Smith, Panda. Aaron's had a drama somewhere. What's happened to Aaron? Oh, contact there with T. Smith. There we go. So they gave him a little bit nudge up the hill. And Panda and Pagani don't need a second invitation. Panda stealing through quickly. Now we're now in a drag race with Pagani. Pagani will have to slipstream off of Will and gets the move done into Hawthorne then. So Aaron losing out a couple of places. Ooh, Ross is on the grass. Oh, and Sean's followed him. Both on the grass there through Sheen that time around. Ross then. Oh, big spin for Ross. Oh, into the wall. And Pagani's on the grass as well. Oh, Ross's race there. Back down to P9 he goes. Big shame for him. So the dirty tyres having run off the course at Sheen. And that's carried on through Stirling's. Down to P9 then. Change for Ross. T. Smith on the attack now of SPY. These two who never quite got ready to do battle in the last race as T. Smith trying to find a way down the inside there. Contact with Sean into Graham Hill Bend. Big slide from everybody. Oh, Pagani in the background having a drama as well. Didn't catch it. He did. Dirt meanwhile just let me run away in P2. Jonesy, but Jonesy driving really well up front meanwhile in that Hyundai. Former GT2 champion. Very well. Then, I think for a long time the gap here maintained about the same. A couple of tenths would go here from a number of laps, so keep an eye on this battle, but there's not really much of a battle at this stage. Jones is driving really, really well with the lap times. Come on to start lap 13. 24.2 for Jonesy. 27 for me, it's about half a second that lap. We had about a 5-second lead at this stage, so I'm sure now settle down in P3 again. T. Smith, fourth. Will, the grass on the inside. Driving well in P5. And Aaron P6, Pagani P7, blue flag P8, covering Ross in P9. There was P10. And yes, that battle for the wooden spoon is back on again. Of course, there in the background. There's Beanbag. There's Chubbs and Beanbag. Hawthorne, they go then. The leader not too far away. Very very well at this stage. And so at this stage, everything's just about starting to spread out a little bit. Then still some packs close together. No. Chubb saying at this point he decided he didn't want to be lapped and decided to get his head down and nail it. It's a shame he didn't do that for the first 12 laps, mate. But there he goes. Jonesy then coming around to complete lap 13. That time then, this time around, 24-1 for our race leader. 3-6, coming to another half a second out of that lead. This stage, but 8 laps to go, still a very sizable gap. I did notice that my tyre wear seemed to be a lot better in this race compared to the first one. So I don't know if that was, I don't know what that was caused. I don't know the fact that we were having to fight our way through and took it a little bit easier the first few laps. But yeah, the tyre wear a lot better in this race than that Mercedes. And just set the fastest lap of the race, 23.0 on lap 13 then. So his car's still in good nick. And they're doing a really good job in P5. And P6 with Pagani behind him. P7, of course, these two came into this week just a point apart. Rather having the week that they probably wanted, a circuit they've historically gone very well at. So, all to play for between those two at Le Mans. Meanwhile, Ross has just got ahead of blue flag again in the back of P8. Bag then. 6-3 from Chubbs, 4-5 from Mikey. Closing back in again as across the line goes your race leader. 23.9 from him. 24.2 then. So, in fact, Jonesy extending his advantage on that lap. I think at this stage my attention has just been caught by the fact that I was slowly being caught from behind there. So 24.2 from me, 23.2 from SBY. The second pull back in. Well, sure on that lap. Smith there as well. He's getting twitchy and ball driving really well behind in P5 as well. And Pagani continuing their rivalry in 7th. They're struggling a little bit to turn. You can see the tyre wear on that Honda really bad compared to even the Mercedes in this one. Go behind that Subaru, which is a lot better balanced car, quite a lot bit lighter. It is less powerful. It's a significantly better tyre wear. Oh, Sean! Big slide there from the Genesis through Sheen. Steve Smith getting a slide on as well. Out of Sterling and Will having an even bigger one out of Sterling as well in the background there. So everybody pushing hard still. Race leader across the line. Start lap 16, 24.6 from him that time. 23.8 from me, 6/10 back in my favour that time around. Bringing Sean with me though, he was 3/10 faster still. Closing on me. Smith, 23.3 there, so T Smith the fastest of everybody. Front 4. 24.6 there for Pan, just a little bit of a moment somewhere, just drops him a little bit away from the back of T Smith. Pagani continuing to battle over P6, Ross trying to close in as well, recovering after those earlier moments. Meanwhile, Chubbs has dropped behind Beanbag, so I thought you said you nailed everything. You can see now Sean right on the back of me, so come through Hawthorns. Dropped T Smith as well, T Smith had a drama somewhere. Much well, at this stage. It looks like Jonesy's doing everything he can to hold on. Tyre wear a little bit worse than that Super. Again, the Genesis slightly better still. Tyre wear not too similar between all three of the front 3 cars. from now, okay, you said that already once, Jobs. 24.7 for the leader. 24.0 for second place. 23.5 for third. So Sean taking half a second out of me, while I'm taking 7/10 out of our leader. So front three coming together. Smith with 25.3 on that lap, so he had a big drama somewhere. Back towards Will, but a little while to go. Anything can happen. Yeah, so on the battle for P6, Pagani and Aaron starting to duel. Battle since this league was incepted 19 seasons ago. So they know each other very, very well. And we're struggling a little bit there. Pagani looking for a way through, but not able to find anything so far. Meanwhile, there's a very much a battle on for P2 now. And this you'd think would be helping Jonesy out. Starting to attack. Lead coming down. There's your race leader heading out of Sterling. Here comes second. Here comes third. Same shot. T. Smith also not a million miles away. Still a threat in this one. Oh, what's happened to Panda? Panda's had a drama. Where has it all gone wrong for him? Oh, there we go. It is once again that corner, same corner, the corner about race one. We had a bit of a help this time. This time it's all of his own doing. Runs a little bit hot, gets into the gravel, and around goes the BMW. Back into the wall. It's pointing the right way again. And here comes Aaron and Pagani through. So well down to P7 as Ross going to smash his way through as well. Not quite close enough. So T. Smith now not under threat from behind. He can now focus on the cars ahead. The gap between second and third has just opened up a little bit. The final sector from me, Jones crosses the line, and 24.7 again, and that's 3 thousandths between the last 2 laps for him. 24.3, so losing another 4/10. Well, losing out 23.8 from T. Smith then, so having regrouped after that poor lap 16. T. Smith starting to close back in again. The front 4 are coming together again. I'm thinking that's a very scenic route around Druids. Seems to like. What's going on meanwhile a little bit further back in the battle for the wooden spoon? Well, Chubbs is back into P10. And Beanbag is under threat from being lapped. Jonesy, who still leads. 18 of 22 now. Running out of laps to catch him. Still driving very, very well. You can see the tyre wear almost equal between the front 3. In fact, T. Smith's tyres are actually probably the worst. Everybody's seen a noticeable jump there when it goes down to his car. Yeah, that gap now starting to come down. It was just the tyre wear, the drivability of the car. He's feeling a little bit of pressure. He's still driving neat and tidy though. He's making too many mistakes. I'm definitely having to push because that man behind me is very, very quick and very, very good around here. Won the first race. Lap 19 then, 4 to go. Lap time is 25.2 from Jonesy, that time 24.5 from me, 24.0 from Sean, 23.7 from T. Smith then, so those gaps are all coming down. Front 4 are closing back in again. Pagani still nose to tail. Still there as well. Ross now picked himself up a half-second penalty. Chubbs' time on 24.0, so Chubbs back into a bit of a groove then, and Mikey getting out of the way. Front 4 as they come through then. Ross saying he thought his Chinese turned up, so he paused himself and got a penalty from the AI. So thank you, Polyphonic, for that. Gap now noticeably getting smaller. Jones there running into the gravel nearly there. Could have been drama for the race leader. That gap's coming down. Noticeably coming down now as well. Still driving well. Just keep mistakes at an absolute minimum. Very much of a P2. I've had to have my wits about me here. Watching what that Genesis is doing, because that Genesis is very quick in a straight line still. To the outside then, for parking it on the apex, getting it turned. How to move then to Druids. A little bit hot in. His nose up the inside, but losing the momentum around the outside, retaining P2. All the while closing in. T. Smith very much there as well. Pagani still nose to tail, well, very much back in this battle now as well. Of course, wild cards at play this week. Well, self-assurance, Pagani has a drama. Oh, Aaron's off as well. And Will taking full advantage there and gets those 2 places back. All back into P5. That's a bit of a bump there from Pagani on Aaron. Let's have a look. Board then with the Subaru. Greenwell Bend. Yeah, a little bit of a nudge. There's a bit of a big slide there. Letting Aaron back through again. Battle then for the lead. Now, because the gap is now coming down and down. We're just 2.5 laps to go. Jonesy has got a Mercedes, a Genesis, very much in his mirrors now. A Magnolia Blob, not too far away either. 2 laps then to hold on. Can he hold on for his first GT1 victory? To Clark Kirby, yeah, then. Starting then the penultimate lap of the race. Lap times, let's have a look at them. 24.5 for the leader, 24.0 for second, 24.2 for third, 23.6 for fourth. Then Smith continues to close, despite having the worst tyre wear considerably of anybody in this front four. Oh, Sean sideways there. Abdruis is trying to get the power down early, trying to close in. They're kicking up the dirt on the outside of Graham Bend as well. He's still pushing hard. Podium opportunity here for him. Something happens ahead. Running out of laps, running out of miles. Now, flash of the lights there from me, trying to put Jonesy off as he heads into Hawthorne. And Jonesy's slow through there. I'm all over the back of him here, but I got a little bit too close. And what happens? Too much curb. Back end steps out sideways, catches the slide, but through goes SBY. Smith dives to the inside there, but no way through the inside of Sheen. A mistake from me there. Gifting P2 to SBY, and that means that he now gets a whole lap to attack. Jones there kick up the dirt on the outside there. Tim Smith now all over the back as well, trying to find a way through. He's got ahead of Aaron finally in that battle over what was over P5 now over P6, and flashing the hazards. We'll stay with the battle for the lead then. Final lap of the race. Can Jonesy hang on? Into Paddock Hill Bend, he's entirely through there. All 4 as you were. Smith looks to the inside but not close enough. Jonesy going defensive early, just compromising himself slightly. SBY all over the back of him. T. Smith lights the rears up. Now Druids. Jonesy's getting a bit screwy there. SBY sends it up the inside, pushes him wide, through he goes. Jonesy tries to cut back there, gets a big slide on. It was a forceful move. Was it really on? Let's go back and have a look. Come on board with the Genesis then. Good momentum off the outside there. Big send there. Oh yeah, a bit of a lever that opens the door ferociously. Through he goes. Sure will make it 2 from 2. The Hawthorne we go. Still as you were. Now still leading. T. Smith tries to pop out the inside there. All the way through, right to the back of Jonesy again. T. Smith sideways through the corner. Into Sheen we go. Sean then slope. T. Smith down the inside. Contact with the back of Jonesy there. Gives him a nerf. Big twitch there. T. Smith had got down the inside of me, but I get the place back again. Then right on the line, a little bit of sportsmanship here. SBY slows to let Jonesy have the win back there. That move was a little bit forceful, and it is victory for Jonesy. Sean takes second, I'll take third. T. Smith P4. Will's going to come in for P5 despite that 360. And Aaron gets back-headed Pagani. In the battle for P6 then. 7 Pagani, Ross recovers to P8. The flag will be P9. Chubbs. Coming around, he's P11. Got a lap down there, slide there out of the final corner. And he crosses the line, P11. Chubbs meanwhile, looking at his lap times there, got back into the 24s fairly regularly from like 15 onwards. 23.7 there as well. Solid lap there at lap 18. Chubbs there managed to string some good laps together, even late on in the race though, sort of 23, sort of mid 23s. Laps 18 and 20. And that then is the end of that then. So just 1 week left to go, and that is this coming Friday. We'll be at the Circuit de la Sarthe, Le Mans, for the final round. It is, of course, our second endurance race of the season, which means a 40-minute race, roughly. Let's see how many laps we are doing of Le Mans. Season info. It is 12 laps of Le Mans then. Of course, about 4-minute lap then, so fairly long race, about 48 minutes for that one. So please do join us next Sunday when we will be going through coverage then of the final week of season 19 then. So if you haven't already liked the stream before you go, please do so. That helps us out immensely. I should have mentioned that earlier. Thank you for all those who have tuned in. I hope you have enjoyed the action tonight. Congratulations to our winners, SBY and Jonesy. And yeah, just 1 week to go then before we start planning for season 20 of FTRL's Gran Turismo Racing League. And of course, great chance to be involved now. GT7 very much up, working, running effectively now. Lots of course new cars and tracks and ideas for us to get through. So if you would like to be involved in season 20 of FTRL's Gran Turismo League, please do get in touch with us at our Twitter, which is @_FTRL_. For those of anybody who's already in the league through the F1 side or the ACC side, if you'd like to get involved in the GT Sport side, please do so. Of course, we've got numerous converts from F1 who are now loving life in GT Sport. And yeah, we're excited for what the new season brings. But for those who've joined us tonight, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the action, and we are back this time next week for the final round, so please do join us then. But for this evening, from me, goodbye.